Hi.
You said hi.
Hi.
Look real sexy in your little pink. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
I'm his wife, Deirdra.
You my wife, what?
Deirdra.
You sound like you said
I was
Dee.
on the last chew of that pecan.
Oh, I was about to say, you done switch your name up?
I can.
And we something like an ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose. Greetings, salutations, accolades, blessings, and all that jazz. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, babe.
What's going on, girl?
You all right?
I'm all right.
Very good. Very good.
So we gonna get right to it, y'all. So, last week I think it was. So at my job, I usually try to take walks around the yard and stuff, give my eyes a break, get some steps in and all that stuff. And one of the young ladies that just got hired on our team, she'll see me going and she said, "You going for a walk?" I said, "Yeah," and then she'll go with me. So we'll walk around the thing. But we have very interesting conversations. And this particular day she was like talking about a friend of hers, and out of nowhere, she said, "So she's a crunchy mom." And so when we do it, I was like, wait, what is a crunchy mom? And then she said, "You ain't never heard of that?" I said, "No." And then she started talking about it, and I pulled it up, and it's a whole website for crunchy moms.
And came home and told me about it.
I said, "Deirdra, we got to talk about this. I've never seen this." I was thinking it had something to do with some cooking. And she's like, "What you thought it was?" I said, "Well, usually crunchy and, with a person, that means a little tart."
Oh. Little crunchy, little stank.
Yeah. So you got that little stale on you. Be like, "Ooh, you look crunchy." Mm-hmm. So, but that wasn't what it was.
No. And I haven't. When you came home and told me about it, I had never heard of it.
So we decided to talk about this because I still haven't read it. My wife has read it. So I'm going to let her go ahead and lead this one. And then I'm going to just get in where I fit in at. Because I don't think you ain't a crunchy mom. You a sexy mom.
You looking at me like that. You like what you see?
I do.
Okay, this going to be quick. Here we go with that dang on Jameson and the foolery that he be saying. So, of course, y'all, when Johnny came home and told me about crunchy moms, I was like, what? Normally, if it has anything to do with a mama, I'm kind of up on it, just a little bit, because I had a lot of kids. But we found a website called crunchymoms.com. And so it says, and I want to read it verbatim just so y'all can know, get the idea of what it is, because I actually found a different website as well that further explained or gave examples, right? Mm-hmm. So this is just the summation of what is a crunchy mom. And it legit is a whole website called crunchymoms.com, like I said. So it says, what is a crunchy mom? Crunchy, granola, green, hippie, whatever you want to call it. There are as many definitions for crunchy moms as there are moms. Unfortunately, the thing about labels is that they're not always very useful, especially when everyone has a different idea about what those labels represent. So instead of telling you that a crunchy mom is someone who does this or doesn't do that, this is how they define crunchy mom, right? It says a crunchy mom is a woman on a quest for more information. A mom who's environmentally, health, and socially conscious. She cares enough about her family to question the status quo, right? She recognizes that there are a variety of approaches to individual problems and refuses to be locked into a single perspective or the way that it's, everybody does it or it's always been done or the so-called best way to do it. It says she seeks to learn more about why things happen and tries to discover the root cause of the problem she observes. And so basically, they were saying that a crunchy mom is a mom who's on a journey to find the best way to do things for her family, for her children. Um, Instead of doing what's traditionally done, or instead of doing, what the norm is, this is the way you breastfeed a baby, or that you even breastfeed a baby. Some moms may think that breast milk is the best milk. Some moms may think, okay, no, the canned milk or the powdered milk is the best milk. Either way, it says crunchy moms basically go for more so for the breastfeeding versus using canned milk or powdered milk. And that breastfeeding can go up to 6 months, a year, or even longer than that. Yeah.
So you got a 1.5-year-old just.
And I've seen, I think I want to say maybe we've seen it on like a TV or a documentary or something like that, like children 2 and 3 and 4
All right,
years
so
old.
at 1.5, 2 years old, 3 years old. Now I don't know what that is now. It ain't. I don't know if it's breastfeeding. I remember we seen a TikTok where the boy was playing on a little pusher cart, and he was trying to breastfeed at the same time, and the mom was on her knees, following the boy while he was pushing on the cart.
Did you show me that?
Yeah, I showed you that.
Well, it literally it says, that the mom does, her own investigation of things. She does her own research of things, and just to see what a better way or a more holistic way, things more so things that come from the earth and stuff like that to take care of her family versus, like I say, what's considered to be the norm. Now, let me go to this other website that I found, and hopefully I can find it. Okay, I found it. Okay, so we'll give y'all some examples of what we mean. Again, it sounded crazy to me when Johnny came on. He was like, "What in the world is a crunchy mom?" It says it gives like 21 signs that you're a crunchy mom. Again, it never specifically says whom created the name or whatever, but it says moms who generally, it's basically a parenting style is what it is what they're saying that it is, right? And it says it's been tossed around for years, but when it comes down to it, the general definition can be summed up. And I just read, off of the other website, but this is a different one. It's called simplywellbalanced.com. And it's saying a mom who really values like her natural instincts as a parent and works hard to live an environmentally responsible lifestyle, basically. So they gave that supports her family's health and planet for future generations.
Were you a crunchy mom?
I don't. Now, a lot, I'm going to share so we can talk about it because, like you said, you didn't read the other thing or whatever, but we did talk about it when I first found the article. But a lot of these things I don't disagree with. That's the funny part about it. I didn't do a lot of these things, but I'm not opposed to it. Okay, so as Taj said, let's get into it. And it's his birthday. It's our baby. No, he ain't the baby.
He's not
what
the
I'm
baby.
talking about, he ain't the baby. He was the baby for a minute.
He's
but
the third oldest.
He is the third oldest?
Yeah.
Yep, he is. So our grandboy Taj Dion is...
fourth oldest.
Yeah, because you left Landon out, right?
Well, fifth oldest. Because it's
Tristan, then
Landon, Aubrey, G.
Oh, Lord. He is one of our grandbabies.
Yeah.
And his name is Taj Dion, and he's 5 years old today. So we will celebrate with him over the weekend. But the baby, what this is saying, and I was like, oh, so maybe I could have been a little bit of a crunchy mom, but not all the way. Not like legit sold out to be. Okay, so listen.
I don't think you would know.
You prepare homemade baby food versus the jar foods. So not opposed to that because I've seen and heard of moms that do that. Like they get the vegetables. Some of them even go as far as growing the vegetables. And
Really?
they make them, the sweet potatoes, the green beans, your
And just make the
carrots,
baby. Okay.
and like cut them up, and put them in the blender and do whatever they need to do. And I've even seen like some moms like put them in get the ice trays and pour the mixture into the ice trays and then freeze them. And then when they get ready to feed the baby, crack the tray, take it out, put it in the bowl, and heat it up in the microwave. And then let it cool and feed the baby like that.
So you done heard of this stuff before?
Well, not as it's called a crunchy mom, but as the people who prepare their baby's food versus using the jar food. Yeah. So it says many moms purchase the store-bought purees for convenience, but I think this would be ideal for parents who are stay-at-home mamas. And some may work and still find time to do it. Excuse me, but it says making homemade baby food is a crunchy mom staple and one of the first signs that someone may be considered to be on board with natural parenting methods. I could see Paige doing this.
Yeah, I could too.
I really could. And we're gonna go so you can get some more ideas. They use cloth diapers rather than like Pampers or Huggies. Come on, somebody.
That's a lot of washing.
It
Gotta have a lot of cloth
says
diapers. So
a few of the reasons why they use it, because cloth diapers are better for the environment versus Pampers, Huggies, all those disposable diapers. And the second, it says it reduces your baby's exposure to chemicals found in disposable diapers. Now, I want to say that I remember, was it Brianna who had cloth diapers at one point? Somebody, baby, I was around had cloth diapers.
We had backup cloth diapers.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know. It may or may not. Well, was it?
We had backup cloth diapers, and we had the cloth diapers with the little plastic pants to go over 'em. I remember that.
Okay, and I may have been somewhere else where I've seen them as well before, but I do, living with my grandmama and my aunts and them, when all of us was staying there, somebody, baby, had cloth diapers with those big old pins that had the different color thing on caps on them or whatever. Yeah, so that's another characteristic. Well, another characteristic is you hope for a natural birth at home. Remember, initially that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So it says a crunchy mama is more likely to choose all natural home birth over a hospital birth when there are like no difficulties they don't have any issues or anything like that. But they would choose to do like birthing with a midwife at home or at a midwife birthing center versus a hospital.
Would you ever do that? Would you have ever did that?
I think it's beautiful. Would I ever do it? No, probably not.
You sound like you want another baby. You want another baby?
No.
You want to try it?
I mean, we can try all day, but
No. I'm saying try it so you could be a crunchy mom.
No. Because when we do what it take to get a baby, it ain't no babies coming out of here unless the Lord say so.
Okay.
I really don't think that's His will for my life. But anyway, you believe in attachment parenting. Do you know what attachment parenting is? Do you know?
I mean, if I had to guess, being with your child 24/7.
Well, it says this parent, this crunchy mom, wants to form a close and loving bonds with their children, using techniques like baby-wearing and co-sleeping. So it says it's known as responsive or gentle parenting. Instead of letting your baby fuss in their crib, you hold them close to you and comfort them when they cry. So that's the baby wearing method of like comforting them when they cry. Now, what I have heard of, and of course, I didn't hear it called like attachment parenting, but I've heard, people, really don't like to have their baby crying. They want to cuddle them and make sure that they're okay. But I've also of all or always heard of them, you doing it like to, or letting them cry to self-soothe, to, get them into a pattern of being able to put themselves to sleep, basically.
Because they cry because they don't want to change. They want to be
right.
Yeah.
And so I've heard, of course, of that. So that's
you wasn't you let your babies cry.
Yeah, I did. Now, of course, if I made sure that they were full, have been fed and bathed and changed and all that or whatever, but or paid attention to what their patterns were. If something else was going on, they were hurting.
If it was in the daytime
or whatever,
I would pick them up. But if it was at the nighttime, they was gonna cry.
I can't. It says you breastfeed your baby for as long as possible. This is what I was talking about. So I actually tried to breastfeed once, and it was with Johnnisha, and it was a no-go.
You wasn't producing no milk?
Not as of yet. But when I tried it, the nipple was raw. And the nurse was like, and I was somewhat saddened because I did want to try it after having all the girls.
Yeah.
I wanted to try it with the last one because I knew that I was getting my tubes tied after her. And I tried real hard, and the nurse, she had to like console me and say it's okay. It doesn't work for every mama, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that you're any less of a mom or whatever. It just didn't work for me.
So did you this is bringing up some good questions. So did you produce milk with any of the babies?
Yes. But you just do what they tell you to do, or to actually because I wasn't pumping and all that stuff or whatever. I just had to, when I came home, I just had to put a really, really good bra on. Like, I'm talking about like really, really. And like back in the day, they would actually, I remember them wrapping Barbara up. They would get the cloth and like wrap her up and then pin it so it could hold your breast down. And that way the milk would go ahead and dry up. But if you didn't like have a good support bra on or wrap yourself, then basically if you ran into anything, because what happened was if you didn't pump, your breast got real hard and had like lumps in it because that was the milk trying to come out. Mm-hmm. And so like literally I never got wrapped, but I would have, really, really good, like tight supportive bras, and just kind of be careful not to run into anything or whatever.
If you ran into something, what happened?
That was death. Because it would hurt. I'm talking about like hurt.
Oh, I thought you would say the milk just started coming out.
No. Well, so I think some people might have some drainage or whatever. They would put the pads on, but I never used the pads. I was just, make sure, like I said, I had a really, really good bra in, because eventually if you didn't pump it, it would dry up.
I was watching some movie, and the lady was trying to, I can't remember what it was, but she had a baby, and she was trying to, she had to pump every so often or whatever, and she was in between meetings and some other stuff, and her breast started hurting. So she just went in the bathroom and took her bra off and just started pumping in, just started squeezing it and putting it in the sink.
I don't know why.
And I was like,
I surely wouldn't have done that. I know what movie. I think I know which movie you're talking about.
I can't remember what it is.
But yeah, so we had already discussed this anyway about people breastfeeding for as long as possible, and that some mamas do it into the 1s and 2s, and as we saw on that show that time, I think longer than that. So that's another characteristic.
But this is my thing. When the baby, so I don't want to say nothing that's going to disrespect these people,
right?
Because everybody do what they do. But my question would be: this is a very good question.
Excessive if it's for the mom or if it's for the baby.
This is my question: when you in the 1s and 2s, why your baby ain't eating solid foods?
Oh, well, we're going to get to that, too.
Yeah, I'm thinking you should be...
Well, some of them do eat solid food, but they still want to breastfeed.
I'm gonna shut up then, because I ain't gonna say nothing.
Some of them still. It says you follow baby-led weaning. So this is talking about the food. Most kids are introduced to solid foods at the age of 6 months. I digress because I don't know who kids, because they say most. I disagree. I don't think it's most, but
Our babies,
listen,
about 4 months.
no, probably before that.
They was getting cereal in
Had
their
some
bottle.
sprinkles, maybe a month, 2 months. Well, anyway,
wasn't a month.
it said, but
That
those
wasn't
who
what it
practice
was.
baby-led weaning believe that there's no need to start solids before a baby's first birthday. That child is gonna be hungry. When I read it, I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. It said the philosophy is that if you give babies what they want when they show signs of being ready to eat solid foods and what they need, it's what mama is eating, then there will be no picky eating. I don't know who child had this and they don't want that there's no need to start solids before baby's first birthday. I digress. And I no.
So the
I
baby
disagree.
ain't gonna want a piece of chicken, a hot dog, or nothing.
Well, you don't know that. They 9 times out of 10 they gonna eat what's being fed, what's being given in the household or whatever. If it goes from cereal and milk, and we did start with cereal and the milk with our kids, but eventually they did have the softer foods. They had jar food as well, but then they had the mashed potatoes, the grits, and the way I learned grits to give it to a baby is what my mom and them and my grandmama and them did with us. Crack an egg inside the grits while it's legit real piping hot, and stir it, and the hot grits would cook the egg.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So I'm just thinking in my mind, and my mind is, perception. So you don't think it's a little weird if your child can come to your breast
And pull it out.
and just
Why
start
are we
sucking?
still here on breastfeeding? That's what that's the way that some people choose to parent.
Okay,
And
all
it's
right.
not wrong because
ain't.
it's the way they do it. It's
each
just
his own.
different. It's
To
just
each
this
his
classified as crunchy, right? Okay.
Crunchy.
So it says you believe co-sleeping is the best. Never for us.
What it is?
Co-sleeping is common around the world, but not quite as popular in the U.S.
That's why we got all them other kids, because
This
they
is
slept in their
because-
own bed.
Listen, this is because many Americans believe that a separate space to sleep will help babies and parents. However, many crunchy moms believe that this practice helps baby feel secure and can even improve parent-child bonding. We can bond during the daytime. You're going to have your own space in your own crib. Although bassinet's cribs, they were actually in our room for, forever until they got their toddler bed or whatever. But as far as them, just being out of the room from with us, no, we didn't do that. They were in a bassinet or cribs inside of our room.
They wasn't in the bed.
They weren't in the bed.
Every now and then they might have got in
They
there,
made
but
it to the bed. But other than that,
They wasn't in the bed.
Sorry. We bonded very well with them.
So we ain't crunchy parents.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got a crunchy dad.
I did see something where it says a crunchy dad. Let's get through this, and we may have the time for me to tell you about that one.
Crunchy dad. This is so.
It's like I said, some of this stuff, a lot of stuff we've heard before, but not so much as the characteristics of a crunchy mom because we had never heard of a crunchy mom. Use coconut oil for everything. Now this is Johnisha. I wouldn't characterize her as a crunchy mama, but this is her. Coconut oil, they used it as a moisturizer for the skin, an oil pulling agent, or deep conditioning treatment for your hair. It says you're concerned about the toxic chemicals in many bath and body products, as well as how it'll impact the baby's skin. So it has antifungal and antiviral properties for coconut oil. Now I do know that because we actually have the lotion that I got. Remember?
Yeah.
The one that I have, we actually have
cream.
a cream. And it's you like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I just tried it. I got out of Sam's, and it's a coconut oil based cream. I forgot. I need to tell her about that. But yeah, one of our daughters, she uses it for everything, and people cook with it as well. So now that I can get with.
Yeah.
Your family eats organic foods as much as possible, and again, that's people who if they're growing their own vegetables, fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff, they probably going to implement this with their baby because, it's how the house eats. You use essential oils versus the stuff that you find in the grocery store on the shelves. It says you use them for cleaning, to treat minor skin irritations, and to help relax after a long day. So they go for the essential oils versus the products that are manufactured and not the actual potent. What's the word, Johnny? Those natural oils, because some oils that you have,
you say like pure,
right? Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The purer oils, potent. Is that the word? They expose their kids to outdoors daily versus staying in and playing a lot of video games or whatever. They do nature hikes, playing in the backyard. Now our kids did that, but of course I still wouldn't classify us as crunchy parents.
No.
But it's just saying you expose your kids to the outdoor more so than having them in-house all the time. You limit their video time, TV time, and stuff like that.
So we had crunchy characteristics.
A few. Yeah. They make their own cleaning supplies. So it's chemical free. Now I have this girl that I do know, and I said I wanted us to try it. She does sell chemical free cleaning products and swears by it, say it works, but just as good as the Comet and the
really?
And those other ones or whatever. And it's chemical free. They have a garden. Basically, what I was saying, if they grow the vegetables, they grow the fruits,
a garden in our backyard
and all that stuff.
If I build
herbs
you a garden,
and stuff like that or whatever.
I build you a garden back there, you go tend to it.
Yeah, as long as ain't no snakes back there.
All right, go ahead then.
Okay. They have now this is something that it says it's called Baby-Weening. They never leave the baby's side, so they've worn a wrap, a sling, or carrier since the babies were born. Now you see that in women, like when we watch any documentaries or any shows about the African women who used to wear the wraps with hang their babies. Yeah. So that's baby. It's called Baby-Weening, and so the crunchy moms, that's a characteristic of them.
Yeah, AJ and them got one of them things.
Yeah, and they use it.
Yeah, they
quite
use
often.
it quite often.
Yeah. Brown and them had one for Eric as well, and then Bonnie Paige them had one as well. It says they're selective when it comes to vaccines. Now I've heard again, not knowing that this was a crunchy mom characteristic, but some parents opt to not having their children vaccinated. Because they are skeptic of it. And so that's they are very selective when it comes to that, their children being vaccinated. They prefer the natural remedies to treat different illnesses and ailments versus your over-the-counter medications and stuff like that. Whenever possible, they try to avoid it. Yeah. Now, like I was telling somebody the other day, there are times, especially when you were going through with your pressure and stuff like that, I was looking what natural food, what foods would help to lower your pressure and was high in, whatever vitamins I was looking at for, just whatever. So I'll look for that, because my grandparents, my granddaddy made this stuff, and y'all, I don't know what it was in the bottle. But he made this stuff that literally sat in their windowsill in their room. And he would take a swig of it. It smelled like 500-year-old pig boo-boo. I don't know what this... It was horrible. But it would clear up whatever you had going on.
So that's what y'all used to take?
No.
Y'all used to take castor oil?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandmama said, come here. And we'd be like, no, we don't want it. Come here. I said, okay, well, where's the mint? And she would have the bowl with the mint and the spoon with the castor oil. Come on in here because you about to get it.
Child, the nastiest thing.
Was horrible, but we weren't around there sick all the time.
So let me ask you this. So if they're not getting no vaccines, that means their kids ain't going to school. They homeschooling.
And another one that was coming up in a minute is a lot of crunchy moms prefer homeschooling.
Yeah.
Versus regular schooling. Yes. That was actually the next one. After the preferring the natural and holistic medicines and stuff like that versus the over the counter when possible. They homeschool. They normally homeschool.
Yeah.
They limit. We already talked about this. The use of electronic devices, just to have some screen free time, play outdoors.
Yeah.
Get some sun. Excuse me. They also avoid plastics whenever possible. Like they avoid using the plastics, containers, straws, even microwaving their foods in plastics because of the BPA in it. But they try to be plastic free and encourage the use of stainless steel water bottles or glass storage containers versus the plastic ones. They recycle everything, which we recycle because we have a recycle bin. So we do that. And they support environmental causes. So, like the different organizations like Greenpeace or Sierra Club, or they might help, they prioritize helping with cleanups at local parks or local beaches. And so, they got all kind of stuff. I won't go into this, but this was at the end of the episode. This was at the end of the article that I read about a crunchy mom. They got a silky mom, and I'm like, y'all just making this stuff up at this point. And a silky mom is a mom who follows modern commercial trends. She probably one of them TikTok mamas, but I didn't go into all that. But yeah. That's what they say. I was like, wait a minute. A silky mama. Like, what? Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, like I said, some of those things we did, some of those things we didn't do, but I'm not opposed to doing it.
Yeah.
Because in all actuality, you don't have to go with the norm, You don't have to go with the norm or what everybody else did. And truth be told, it's your house, your child, your children, your family, and whatever you find that works for your family, then by all means, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I literally think that a crunchy dad is the same thing as a crunchy mom.
Yeah,
It's just a man.
Yeah, so it basically says to describe a crunchy dad is or a crunchy person is politically liberal and environmentally aware. Yeah, with the sense of having the sensibilities of counterculture, nature, or even a nature lover or a hippie.
Mm-hmm. And you find a lot of, now that we're talking about different characteristics, you find a lot of, crunchy moms, crunchy dad, crunchy people, whatever you want to call them, even prefer like the natural deodorants or using maybe no deodorant. However, we experienced somebody who didn't believe in the store-bought deodorants with the chemicals and all that. They decided upon the natural deodorants. And hear me when I tell you, what folk do in their life, that's their business. But he was tart. And I feel like you infringed upon my rights, the rights of my nose. Yeah, you remember?
Yeah,
that was a while ago, and of course we don't call no names or nothing like that. But it was awful.
What you can't do,
you got to find something else.
Me, and we getting it in. And you talk about you wear natural. No.
You wear the natural deodorant.
I need you to, when you come to play ball, I need you to put on some real deodorant.
You better put some fruits and berries. Tape some fruits and berries up under your arm or something.
Joker.
But didn't you have to talk to the person at one point? Yeah. That was not the move. Again, we are not infringing. We ain't looking down upon. We ain't judging or none of that stuff. Somebody who wants to do, use natural deodorants or natural whatever remedies or nothing like that. Because like I say, a lot of these things I absolutely, agree to. Some of them we may have done, some of them we didn't, but and some of them we didn't, but I'm not opposed to it because again, your right is your right. But when you start infringing upon my right to smell fresh, clean air, then we got an issue.
Look, that might interrupt our relationship. Whatever the relationship is, percentage go a different way.
Yeah, you gotta put some on.
I remember.
Yeah, it was awful.
And I said how I was going to approach him is because if you with somebody kind of like on a daily basis, and you don't want them going out there crazy, their breath stink or something like that. You don't want them going out there crazy. So you try to help them. And my thing is, whenever I, try to help somebody like that, I don't go up to them and say, hey man, you got an odor to you. I just be like, hey brother, bought you some deodorant. So I did that with him. I said, hey, bro, you good? Yeah. Hey, man, got you some deodorant. He was like, oh, no, I don't use that. I said, what now? I don't use that. That you don't use this brand? What brand do you use? I'm going to get it. You need to, I'm trying to, He was like, no, I don't use deodorant. Well, what do you use? I just wash.
And just go on about his business fancy free.
I said, but we can't be out here playing ball and we out here playing ball in 80-degree weather.
Well, they got Lumi now, and that's the name of it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's
so
natural.
You can put it up under your breast. You can put it on your booty. You can put it under your arm. That's supposed to be some type of natural deodorant.
It's supposed to be.
Well, we ain't getting Lumi.
No.
Because we got real people odors.
And
so we go
that commercial say the Lumi is almost better than taking a shower. See, and so some people gonna take that to they gonna be going around here and I take a shower for weeks putting on Lumi. Thinking they ain't smelling.
Man, I'm sick of you.
And you gonna have people around you looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
So you put you put on a little fragrance of Lumi. Now you just smell like whatever berries, and you just smell like it's Spall.
You smell like it's the berry.
Spall strawberries. That's what it smell like.
You're crazy.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, that's our take on what we found out about.
Yeah.
Because y'all know my husband has been my husband for a long time, and so what did I do when he mentioned it?
I said, girl.
Have you ever heard of a Crunchy Mom?
You ever heard of Crunchy Mom? Go check that out. And then she came back. She said, but boy, they got websites for it.
Yeah.
I like, what?
Like legit, y'all.
Boy.
They got something for some of everything.
To each his own. Like we said, we've never done that before. So, I think we got little characteristics. And probably a lot of people got little characteristics of different stuff.
Yeah.
Especially in 2023. It's a lot of different things out there that, it's just... From food to all kind of stuff. They just, shooting up stuff with all kind of things. So you just got to be careful what you eat, and what you use and all that stuff like that.
Yeah. If
it break you out, then, you might need to switch. But use something.
Yeah.
Use something. I mean, I'm no disrespect to nobody. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I'm good with everything.
Everybody's gonna do what's best for them, and so shout out to the Crunchy Mamas who's trying to do
and the Crunchy dads.
Right, the Crunchy people who's trying to do right by their families by literally doing their research and digging in and see what works for them versus the normal way of doing things or whatever that is for you.
While trying to save our environment. So
yeah,
we need y'all. We need y'all because some of us don't care. Well, I ain't gonna say don't care about the environment,
or not as
but not as in tune. Conscious with it. So everybody is needed in this world for something. So Crunchy Moms and Dads, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. We had some characteristics of it. But my wife, she was gonna need to put on deodorant. I was gonna need to put on deodorant. We wasn't gonna walk around not put on no deodorant.
Because ain't nothing sexy about a funky man.
Or woman.
For all things Mobleys, go to www.momentswiththemobleys.com. On social media, we're Moments with the Mobleys, except for on Twitter, we're Mobley Moments.
If she ain't used deodorant, we probably wouldn't have had no church.
Right. I don't think that would have been the case. He would have caught me right after I came out of the shower.
Or while you was in the shower. While you was in the shower. Come here, let me holler at you for a minute. Let me scrub. Let me put the soap on your back. Let me wash your back.
This is PG mode. We about to go.
Jay.
Patrons, we appreciate you.
Jay, wash the back. Jay, look.
We appreciate y'all. Mob stars, we appreciate y'all. We about to go, y'all. Because my husband is about to get us in trouble.
I'm not. That was washing your back.
Okay, thanks.
I've been over so I can get the water on it.
Babe, because you don't know how to stop.
All right.
We got to go.
All right, y'all. This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr., and I'm not a crunchy dad.
And I'm his wife, Deirdra Mobley. I'm not a crunchy mom, but we had some of their tendencies.
And this
Do y'all.
This has been Moments with the Mobleys. Let me do this again. This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
And I'm his wife, Deirdra.
And we still something like an ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose.
Peace out.
Night-night.